Γεια σας παιδιά, καλώς ήρθατε στο επεισόδιο και σήμερα θα κάνουμε ένα reaction σε ένα βίντεο που μου είχε βγάλει το YouTube 500 βίντεο με reaction σε αυτό το βίντεο, τον ξέρω τον Wi-Fi και δεν έχω κάνει κανένα reaction σε αυτό όπως βλέπετε και ναι, είπα να κάνω αυτό το βίντεο ένα reaction, οπότε μπας και πάρω κανένα, ξέρω εγώ, κανένα view, ξέρω εγώ, αφού είναι και reaction κιόλας. Και μου αρέσουν τέτοια type από βίντεο, οπότε. Ναι. Η κάμερα είναι λίγο σκοτεινό το δωμάτιο, γιατί πάει βράδυ τώρα. Νομίζω φαίνομαι ακόμα όμως. Κάτσε. Φαίνομαι τώρα. Τόσο πάνω. Οπότε ναι. Οπότε παιδιά δεν έχω κάτι άλλο να πω. Κάτσε. Είναι ναι. Okay. Οπότε πάμε να το δούμε. Ωραία.
Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. This is the first line in a book that Avery claims he did not write. 2 weeks ago, a YouTube channel called Avery the Mayo uploaded a YouTube video titled Weird Book I Did Not Write, where he shows us a mine that supposedly he never built. Inside the mine is a chest that Avery did not place, and inside the chest is a book that Avery did not write. Inside the book is a very strange message. Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Don't be fooled, it's listening. You can't outsmart it, it's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads,
ναι, εντάξει, κατάλαβα.
Over and over, followed by a sequence of numbers. And that's it. It seems impossible that a whole mine just appears in your world without your knowledge, but Avery explains in the description of the video that the laptop he's playing on is from a storage locker. It already had Minecraft installed and this world already existed, but when Avery first loaded it up, it was just a normal world. He only now discovered this mine a few hundred blocks from his house. So, in that case, what is this book? The contents are strange and it's not evident what they refer to. If anything, they...
Άμα είχα βρει εγώ αυτό το υπολογιστή και είχε το Minecraft κατεβασμένο και είχε ήδη ένα κόσμο και είχα βρει αυτό που είχε βρει ο Avery, πάει κατάργηση κόσμου και γενικό στο game.
Just sound like some crazy rambling, but the numbers at the end are clearly...
Βασικά τι λέω ρε φίλε, υποτίθεται το βρήκε, βλακίες γράψτε μου.
Some sort of code, so maybe we can solve it and figure out what this book is talking about. Except we can't. The numbers go higher than 26, so it's not any alphabetical code. There are 4 sections, not 3, so it isn't coordinates. And in fact, there's not a single cipher that comes up as a good match for this code. If it is a code, it's unlike any code I've ever seen, and I wasn't able to decipher it. So, is that it? A strange one-off YouTube video and a dead end? Not quite, because for 2 frames at the very end of the video, Avery's inventory flashes a random pattern of blocks, and this time there is a code, because taking the first letter of the name of every block and capitalizing it if there is more than one, you get a string that perfectly matches the length of a Google Drive link, that when you enter takes you to a folder. And this is where the true mystery begins.
Έχω δει άλλα βίντεο του Wi-Fi που είναι λίγο περίεργο. Πώς τα βρίσκει ρε φίλε, είναι πολύ περίεργο.
Of a Minecraft world that doesn't exist.
Λοιπόν παιδιά, αυτό είναι το intro. Λοιπόν, άμα θέλετε να δείτε αυτό το βίντεο, πάρτε τα popcorn, πάρτε δεν ξέρω τι να φάτε, γιατί αυτό θα είναι μεγάλο. Οπότε ναι. Πίσω να φαίνομαι.
Opening the video named Footage 1, we can see a player in the exact same spot Avery was in the last video, except now he has way more items than he had last time. Presumably this is from his house, and he's come to use this mine in survival as part of this world. The book is now gone from the chest, but it could be that Avery just burned it because it creeped him out, or it's just this book in his inventory. Regardless, Avery lines up with the other strip mine and begins to start a new one into the wall, but when he does, he finds this.
Τι βρήκε? Oh.
Nothing
Okay.
weird, it's just a cave, and Avery walks in to begin exploring until he stops and sees this.
Oh.
It's hard to make out, but as he walks closer, we can see what it is. Moss and
Moss.
grass. This is immediately a red
Oh,
flag,
wait,
because
todos.
this kind of terrain does not generate in caves. Avery checks
Todos.
underneath it, but there's
Oh,
nothing else
hell no.
either.
Δεν έχει
And when
τίποτα
he
από
runs
κάτω.
back to grab his torches, he notices yet another patch of moss in the corner of the cave. Again, not
Bro.
natural, but not leading anywhere either.
Αυτό
It's
όντως.
only when he heads back down the cave does he see it.
Oh my god.
A tree.
Ωραία, θα πάμε λίγο πίσω. Θέλω να δω.
Either. It's only when he heads back.
Δεν υπάρχει ούτε ένα ore μεταξύ, ούτε gold, ούτε διαμάντια. Καλά, όχι αποκλείεται διαμάντια, τέλος πάντων. Καλά, iron, ξέρω εγώ, δεν έχει τίποτα. Ούτε άλλο είδος πέτρας, andesite και τέτοια. Έχει μόνο πέτρα. Μόνο σχέτη πέτρα. Εκτός άμα είναι στραβός, αλλά δεν νομίζω.
Back down the cave does he see it? A tree. Avery approaches the clump of greenery, and there it is. A tree unlike any.
Ναι. Άμα είχα βρει εγώ δέντρο, Alt F4, κυριολεκτικά. Πολύ περίεργο δέντρο, το μεταξύ, τέλος πάντων.
Other oak tree in the entire game. Whatever this is, it isn't normal. Avery backtracks a bit, and we get a better look at this shrub, for lack of a better word. And after some hesitation and circling around it, Avery decides to try mining the tree. And he does, with no problem. It looks just like a normal tree, except normal trees don't generate underground. And it's not the only one.
Ναι.
As Avery goes deeper and deeper
Bro.
into the cave, he passes larger and larger patches
Δεν είμαι τρελός, δεν υπάρχει ούτε ένα ore εδώ πέρα, ούτε άλλη πέτρα. Δεν είμαι στραβός, είναι μόνο πέτρα εδώ πέρα. Πολύ περίεργη σπηλιά.
of greenery, coming across more shrubs and even more trees, and even more moss. He pauses to talk at one point, but
Ένα ακόμα πράγμα, γιατί τόσο τεράστια σπηλιά. Κυριολεκτικά. Αυτό είναι ένα red flag ακόμα.
instead of commenting on the trees, he brings up something else.
Ναι, θα το έλεγα κι εγώ αυτό. Βασικά το είπα.
And I guess he's right. The walls of this cave don't have any diorite, granite, andesite, or ores, but come on, there's a bigger elephant in the room here. At some point, though, Avery's wish gets granted, and the cave turns into terracotta, tuff, and deep slate. The greenery gets larger and larger, with the trees growing bigger and bigger. Until finally, Avery reaches the end.
What? Τι είναι αυτό, ρε? Bro, άμα είχα βρει εγώ αυτό το πράγμα, όχι μόνο, βασικά, εντάξει, θα ήμουν λίγο περίεργος γιατί είναι αυτό εδώ, αλλά αυτό το μέρος θα ήταν πολύ τέλειο για Mega Base, κυριολεκτικά, παιδιά. Ναι. Το πάω, έχω φύγει από το θέμα, δώσου. Τι είναι αυτό εκεί στη μέση?
Avery stops for several long seconds, just taking everything in. The room is a giant cave of green, with strange, unnaturally large trees forming a staircase on the back wall. The floor is covered in a massive field of moss, scattered with the strange trees we saw earlier. Avery slowly heads down the cavern wall.
Πώς είναι τόσο μεγάλο? Δηλαδή, αυτό παίζει να πιάνει περισσότερο, δηλαδή, πώς να το πω? Παίζει να είναι πιο ψηλό από ένα chunk. Είναι λίγο περίεργο. Βασικά, πώς φτάνει... Δεν περνάει το bedrock. Περίεργο.
being careful not to take too much damage while maneuvering
Θα δώσω
his
πόσο
way to
καιρό
the
θα
bottom.
έπαιρνε
He
για
looks
κάτι να το
around
φτιάξεις.
in awe as he explores the chamber, and from closer up, we can see a tunnel right between the massive tree gates. Avery searches around the trees for a few minutes, seemingly mesmerized by the build, and we can see that these gates are made of trees stacked on trees stacked on trees, made of spruce, mud, and oak. But the question here is obvious. What is this place? This kind of terrain obviously doesn't generate naturally, so who made it and how does it just appear in Avery's world? Well, if there's any answer to that question, it's through this tunnel, because finally Avery decides to stop sightseeing and heads down the tunnel at the center of the room. Avery walks through the mud brick tunnel, turning to glance behind him every few steps. But of course, nothing is there. The world is set to single player.
Κοίτα,
At
εγώ το
least,
ένιωθα.
it seems that way.
What?
Until this happens.
Τι?
Something is wrong. It's almost impossible to notice, but at the far edge of the tunnel, the first pair of torches have suddenly been wiped out. Avery stares for a few seconds and continues walking.
Oh, wait.
Another pair of torches.
Εγώ, κοίτα, άμα το έβλεπα εγώ αυτό, παίζει να πάει το Alt F4, αλλά... Κοίτα, το πιο τρελό θα ήταν άμα τα torches αλλάζανε σε redstone torch. Στάβα το hero brain. Bro.
Is gone. I'm not scared of torches turning off.
Κοίτα, ξανασκέψου το λίγο. Παίζεις single player στο Minecraft και ότι δεν φοβάσαι από μερικά torches που κλείνουν. Ενώ είσαι στο κόσμο σου. Πώς είναι να μην φοβάσαι άμα δεν το κάνεις εσύ?
And then another.
Ναι.
I don't know what kind of practical joke this is.
Τι εννοείς practical joke, bro? Είσαι στο δικό σου κόσμο.
But I already heard you in the...
Oh, hell no, bro. God. Bro. Εγώ θα είχα χειστεί πάνω μου για τον αυτό.
I'm not scared of a game.
Ξανασκέψου το λίγο. What? Oh, hell no! Bro. Ωπα ρε, πόσο τεράστιο είναι. The fuck? Θα πνιγείς, φίλε.
I don't know why I just jumped down. I wasn't scared. But I felt... compelled. I've never felt like that in my life.
Δεν έχω ιδέα τι σημαίνει compelled, αλλά δεν σου.
What is going on here? Things just went from strange to incredibly creepy in a matter of seconds.
Όντως.
This doesn't just happen on a normal world, but Avery did say he found this world on a computer he got from a storage locker. So maybe this is just a world that the old owner of this computer created, and it's just some strange adventure horror map. Case closed. Except it's not, because the video files aren't the only thing in this Google Drive folder. If you remember, there's also this PDF, and opening it, we see this. My exploration into a strange tunnel I found in my Minecraft world. I've been playing this world for a while and just discovered this. This is my documentation of the search. Notably, when I installed Minecraft, this world came pre-created.
What?
always thought that was a little strange, but I'm not really
Όντως.
sure. This seems okay
Πώς
enough,
γίνεται
but
αυτό?
remember
Εγώ
what
θα...
Avery said earlier.
πολύ
He
περίεργο.
found this computer in a storage locker with Minecraft installed. Not he installed Minecraft and this world was there. Admittedly, it's a pretty small difference, but still, why the conflicting stories? Something you may have also noticed that I can't explain is why Avery's name is now censored. He wasn't censored in the previous videos, but now he's both hidden his name and changed his skin, almost like he's hiding from something. But there's still a lot more of this footage, and if you want to figure out what's happening in this world, why it exists, and what it has to do with Avery, we have to keep watching, as Avery runs from whatever it is that's hiding in this world. Avery says he has to keep moving, even if he doesn't exactly know why.
Τι να προχωρήσουμε ρε, εγώ θα πατήσω, θα βγω από το game να διαγράψω τον κόσμο και έτσι πάει, τελείως. Ποιος θα συνεχίσει ρε βρε, πάει καλά.
And the only way to go is down. Avery takes a leap into the giant pool of water before him and swims down into a junction of tunnels. After some hesitation, he burrows himself in the left wall for air before swimming down the left tunnel. He continues to...
Ρε, είπε στο crossroads μην πας left. Βασικά, ναι, θα το πω έτσι. Είπε να μην πας left, γιατί πας left. Bro. Εκεί.
Navigate through the dark water, the tunnel getting narrower and narrower, with no end in sight. Until it opens into a giant cavernous room with just enough space at the top to get a bit of air. When Avery descends again, we can see tunnel openings sprawling across the walls. Avery scans around. There's no marker of where to go, just tunnels upon tunnels as far as the eye can see. And then he hears it. The same sound as when the whispers played previously. Avery rushes to dig into the wall, and as he blocks himself in, we can hear the whispers again.
Oh hell no, bro. Ρε, από αυτή τη στιγμή απλώς βγες από το game ρε φίλε.
Quieter, but still there, as if they're passing by him. When the coast is clear, Avery digs out. But now what? He has no choice but to gamble on a tunnel and hope it's correct. He scans the walls again, no obvious sign of which one to pick. So finally, he rolls the dice. The tunnel leads to another junction, and again, after a slight hesitation, Avery goes left.
Okay,
the tunnel continues. Getting narrower and narrower and narrower until finally he finds himself in the oasis. Avery looks around the room, strangely, almost peaceful. He's in the middle of a square pond, flanked on all sides by the same uncanny trees. He stares off at the water for a second before towering up and getting a good look around. Nothing but trees as far as the eye can see. For a moment, he pauses. Before something snaps, and he crafts a boat to get to the center of the lake. Without hesitation, he dives down into the tunnel and plugs up the hole. He makes another trip for good measure, plugging it even further. If this thing comes through here again, it has to break that. But I need to explore. He sails back to the edge of the lake. What it can't avoid doing is loading the chunk. Avery chops a few trees and crafts a hopper with the spare iron in his inventory. His plan is simple. Set a trap for the thing following him. But wait, did I miss something? Because how does he know that something is following him? Sure, those torches turned off, and yeah, we heard those noises before, but there's actually an even stronger piece of evidence I haven't mentioned. Remember when Avery said this? I already heard you in the cave. Well, it took me a second to figure out what exactly he meant, but then I heard this. It's almost impossible to...
Όπα, κάτσε. Μπρο, Το κατάλαβα κατευθείαν, εντάξει. Άκουστε μια πάλι.
It's
Εγώ, να σας πω πώς το κατάλαβα. Ναι. Όταν παίζω Minecraft και μέσα στις σπηλιές, επειδή και έχω και horror mods και παίζω συνέχεια γιατί έχω κάνει και βίντεο, όταν ακούω περπάτημα που δεν κάνω εγώ και ερωτικά το καταλαβαίνω κατευθείαν, εντάξει.
almost impossible to make out, but on a few separate instances, while Avery was walking in that original cave, he would randomly pause for a second or two, and now we know why. He was listening. Every time he paused, for just a brief moment, you could hear footsteps on the stone behind him. Stopping just a fraction of a second too late.
Για τον μεταξύ το τρελό είναι δεν κοιτάς καθόλου πίσω, bro.
Really following Avery in a single player world, how can he stop it or at least get it to reveal itself? Well, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Like he said, he needs time to look around and explore this world, but while he's gone, anything can just swim through the hole and replace the blocks to make it look like nothing happened. But if Avery turns down his render distance and puts items in this hopper, if he then goes far enough away and
chunk
unloads the
loader, νομίζω, chunk loader είναι. Νομίζω κάπως έτσι. Δεν είμαι καλός σε τέτοια πράγματα.
chunk, the only way for the hopper to be empty when he returns is if something loaded the chunk while he was gone. And then, whatever was following him would be exposed. The trap is set. Now, it's time to explore.
Διστάσω λίγο.
Practiker Black Friday για ό,τι
Έλα,
σας
γαμό.
στο μάτι. Χριστουγεννιάτικο δέντρο 210. Μόνο
Avery walks through the trees, avoiding the lake so as to not load the chunk. Every inch of this place looks exactly the same. The same gray floor, the same strange trees. Everywhere he looks, there's nothing. Until, just in the corner of the screen, there's a sign. But it's hard to spot, and Avery doesn't seem to see it, and he keeps walking. Then he pauses. Interesting. That's the third sign we've seen so far. What? Where? Third sign? I've only seen this one. But it turns out he's right. Going back and re-watching the footage, just barely hidden in the corners of
Πώς
the
το είδες
screen
αυτό?
are two other
Όχι ρε
signs.
φίλε, άμα το είδες αυτό είσαι cyborg. Πώς? Πώς? Δηλαδή... Oh my God. Πώς το είδε ρε φίλε? Τι είναι?
Avery crossed earlier in the
Πώς το
recording,
είδες αυτό?
though he gave
Κυριολεκτικά
no
στο λέω.
indication at the time that he noticed them. Avery goes back to all three signs. All of them are blank, so I don't know what to make of it, but Avery seems to be satisfied and he explains why. These signs all seem to point to one place. Both of these angled ones point in the same direction. And he's right. If you line up a coordinate grid with the location and rotation of the signs, you get this. So he's right, all of them point a certain way, and if you trace out their intersection, it hits one specific point. He also pulls off this brilliant move which you rarely see from these protagonists by turning the difficulty to peaceful because he ran out of food. Absolutely genius. But with that said, he returns to the lake to check on his contraption. And nothing showed up. Items are still flowing out of the hopper, which would be impossible if anything had loaded the chunk. Avery tells us exactly this. Nothing came through. Not to mention, the blocks are still in the same position Avery placed them to plug the hole. Now that he's shaken off whatever was following him, Avery sails back, presumably to find the intersection points of the signs. But before he does that, he opens up chat and says this. Something is here.
Τι?
What?
Πώς?
How? Why is Avery saying that? Why isn't he sending it in chat? What did he see? I don't know if it can hear me,
What?
but I'm not taking any chances. The grass block. When Avery left the chunk, he didn't just set one trap for the entity, he set two. Without mentioning anything to us, he placed a grass block next to
Bro, είναι mastermind, bro. That, oh my god, bro.
a block of dirt. In Minecraft, grass can't
Ναι,
spread
ναι,
if
ναι,
the chunk
όντως.
isn't loaded. The only way that this block is now grass is if something other than Avery loaded this chunk. I'm not scared,
Bro, είναι έξιμο αυτό.
my gut says to keep moving.
Ρε φίλε, απλά πες ότι φοβάσαι ρε φίλε. Μην το κρύβεις.
Maybe I am scared.
Στο είπα, δεν στο είπα ρε φίλε. Απλά πες το, δεν με νοιάζει. Και εγώ το ίδιο θα ήμουν. Κάτσε, γιατί τώρα το κατάλαβα. Αυτό εδώ στη γωνία, πώς το κάνεις? Όχι το... Αυτό εδώ, το cornets, τα blocks... Πώς το κάνουν αυτό? Νομίζω με mod είναι. Το ρωτούσα αυτό, γι' αυτό το λέω τώρα. Τέλος πάντων.
The other sign was pointed head on.
Μad. Όχι πάλι εδώ.
Avery walks through a tunnel. A tunnel which quickly turns into a maze. And slowly but surely,
Γιατί σε...
dead end after dead end.
Φίλε. Μπορεί να το πάω πάρα πολύ ρεαλιστικά, αλλά έχεις πίκαξ. Γιατί από δεν πας μέσα από τείχους? Ξέρω, απλά λέω. Τέλος πάντων.
Avery navigates through it. Avery is clearly smart. Smart enough to set a trap and smart enough to set a backup.
Μπορεί να είναι έξυπνος, αλλά γιατί δεν μπορεί να χρησιμοποιήσει το pickaxe για να σπάσει τα blocks? Μπορεί να είναι επειδή θα του σπάσει το pickaxe, αλλά ρε φίλε, έχεις πέτρα, μπορείς να φτιάξεις κι άλλο.
But whatever this thing is that's following him, it's smart too. Smart enough to block up the tunnel it entered from. Smart enough to refill the hopper with items after loading the chunk. Smart enough to hide its presence. This world seems to be guiding Avery somewhere. The whispers in this tunnel coercing him to enter the cave. The signs pointing to the secret entrance under the tree. Whatever this world is, it's leading Avery. But to what? We don't know. All we do know is that he isn't alone. And finally, Avery exits the maze into another giant room with what looks like a cipher above a door, with 3 levers right in front of it. Avery stares up at it, says he'll need a pen and paper, and blocks up the tunnel where he came from. The footage ends with him staring up at the code, deep in thought. From what I can see, the code atop the doorway looks something like this. It doesn't immediately remind me of anything, and plugging it into a cipher decoder gives me no ideas either. Running each of the candidate ciphers just gives gibberish every single time. Whatever this code is, there's unfortunately no way that I, or Avery, can solve it. The second half of the footage picks up with 17 minutes of just staring at the wall, and then he gets it. Okay, I guess it was solvable. Avery says it's a good poem, but doesn't actually reveal what it said, only that it uses cipher stacking, a technique where two ciphers are layered one on top of the other to make a code almost undecipherable. How Avery actually solved it with a pen and paper is beyond me, but the puzzle isn't over yet. There's still this gate, which Avery suspects is some sort of combination lock, but instead of a pen and paper, his solution this time is a bit more, how do I put this? Efficient.
Oh, please, πες το να κάνει αυτό νομίζω, please. Please. Έλα, αυτό κάνω. Πολύ καλό αυτό. Κι εγώ αυτό θα κάνω. Bro, πρώτη φορά βλέπω τόσο τρελό.
Durlord 3.
What?
For the first time in this footage, Avery's censor bar lingers for just a second too short, and we get a glimpse of the name. This isn't Avery's name. This isn't Avery's skin. Maybe the reason that we got two different stories about where this world came from is because the player we've been watching this entire time isn't Avery at all. But if that's the case, then who is this? The world at the beginning is clearly the same one that Avery was playing on. So what's going on here? If it is Avery on an alt account, why the conflicting stories in the description and the document? And if it's not Avery, then who is this other person and why are they claiming that this is their world they found? I genuinely just don't know, but the only way to find out is to keep watching as Durlord walks through the tunnel after the puzzle and finds himself in the village.
Oh, τεράστιο είναι ρε. Bro, what? Bro, είναι τεράστιο ρε. Παρατημένο, ό,τι φαίνεται. Ωραίο άγαμα αυτό. Κάνα civilization θα ήταν από ό,τι φαίνεται. Στο κόσμο του είναι το περίεργο. Τα builds πάντως εδώ είναι ωραία. Ω. Α.
It's empty. This village is strange. It's clearly abandoned if the cobwebs and literal holes in the roof didn't
No.
make that obvious, and all the chests and containers have nothing inside of them. There's also an interesting amount of yellow in the carpets, beds, and flooring, but wherever Durlord looks, he can't find anything of interest, no lead on where to go or what to do from here. The fountain and statue in the town center is by far the most eye-catching decoration here, but like we can see, it too is empty. There's no path to take from there. So, is this the final area then? The final answer to what's been going on with this world and what's been following him? I'm not sure, and clearly Durlord isn't either, since he keeps looking around for anything out of the ordinary, anything that might give him a clue of where to look next.
Τι. What? Πες με ηλίθιο. Πώς το είδα από τόσο μακριά. Δεν μπορείς να μου πεις ότι αυτά τα blocks δεν είναι το ίδιο χρώμα με το τοίχο. Κοίτα το μία. Κοίτα το. Είναι το ίδιο χρώμα με το τοίχο. Εντάξει, μπορεί η οροφή να είναι λίγο διαφορετικό χρώμα, κάπως φαίνεται, αλλά πώς το βλέπεις κυριολεκτικά, χωρίς το zoom που έκανε, πώς το είδε, τι μάτια έχει ρε φίλο, Χριστός. Εγώ δεν το έβλεπα. Θα το έβλεπα άμα είχα πάει, ξέρω εγώ, κοιτούσα στους τοίχους από κοντά, ξέρω εγώ. Μπορεί να και να έχω εγώ το πρόβλημα με τα μάτια μου, τόσο πάνω. Δεν νομίζω. Κάποιος μακριά από το χωριό, λίγο περίεργο, μου θυμίζει vibes από... δεν θυμάμαι κιόλας. Okay. Οκ. Τύχη του πρωτάρι. Ωχ, έχει βιβλίο. Έχει βιβλίο. Κοίτα το βιβλίο.
are insufferable. They think that devotion will save them. Rest assured, it will not. Not that it will do them any good to believe that anyway. The ones who realized it pretend they didn't. But it doesn't help that there are some of them who truly believe they'll be saved. The king is coming, Maya. If anything, I wager that their king
Bro,
is
chill
already
out.
here. It's watching me write this. I don't particularly care. I just want this to be done with. The sooner I can leave, the better. He's arrived. I don't know why anyone is surprised to find that out. This is exactly what they were hoping for. I'm going. I'm leaving this here in the rare case someone finds it. If you have found this, I implore you, turn back, disconnect, forget about this world. It's not for you. If you've come here, you must be curious. I know you must want to continue onwards. So I know that this is a heavy ask, but please, do not go any further. For your own good, do not.
Άμα το διάβαζω εγώ αυτό, να ξέρεις, είναι 50-50. Κοίτα, εγώ μερικές φορές είμαι περίεργος άνθρωπος. Θέλω να είμαι, έχω περιέργεια. Αυτό. Τώρα, άμα το βρίσκα αυτό, δεν ξέρω τι θα έκανα, να σου πω την αλήθεια. Γιατί άμα είχα βγει έτσι, θα μου είχε φάει την πίστη να καταλάβω τι υπάρχει μετά. Δηλαδή δεν μπορούσα να το ξεχάσω. Οπότε, τι να σου πω, μπορεί αυτός να θέλει για το καλό μου, αλλά εκεί και εδώ παιχνίδι είναι. Δηλαδή τι, θα βγει ένα τέρας από τη οθόνη και να με φάει. Και να φανταστώ δεν βγαίνει. Η τύχη του πρωτάρι. Όχι, εντάξει, η τύχη πρωτάρι είναι. Ναι. Τέλος πάντων. Oh. Δεν είναι κάτι πίσω σου, ρε. Ω, είναι crossroads, μη πας left, μη πας left. Σε κετεύω, που... Κάτσε, που είναι το left πάλι. Φαντάζομαι το left θα είναι εκείνο το μαύρο πράγμα. Μη πας left, σε παρακαλώ, please. Είναι αυτός ο ήχος. Έρχεται. Όχι, μη πά... Γιατί να πας στη σπηλιά τα οποία γίνεται μαύρη. Σοβαρά τώρα. Γιατί απλά δεν πας στην άλλη που είναι πιο safe και δεν έχει μαύρα blocks, για παράδειγμα. Ξέρω εγώ, ναι. Oh my god, bro. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. What? Δεν είναι καν blocks. Απλά void είναι. What? Το είδατε, δηλαδή χτυπάει μέσα. Άμα το block όταν είναι block το χτυπάς και βγάζει particles πάνω, ότι το σπάς. Αλλά και επίσης, αλλά αυτά δεν είναι blocks γιατί το σπαμάρει. Δηλαδή δεν κάνει κάπως με το τέτοιο, ναι. Άμα κατάλαβες. Επίσης δίνει και το σπαθί κιόλας στην οθόνη του. Δεν χρειάζεται να πηδήξεις, αλλά δεν σου πάνε. Όχι, μη πας. Μην πας. Θα πάει, Wow! Το inventory του. Τι είναι αυτή η ήχη, bro. Ναι, εμένα μου λες. Εντελώς μαύρο. Τι είναι αυτό? Οκ, πόρτες. Ναι. Τι δεν έχει πίσω από τις πόρτες, για να δούμε. Ετοιμάζομαι. What? Γιατί δεν το δείχνει? Γιατί έχει sensor. What? What? Τι? What? Τι είδε? Κάτσε, τι είδε? Γιατί τρέχει? Τι είδες, φίλε, τι είδες? Τώρα πηγαίνεις σε εκείνη τη μεριά, τι άλλο? Τι? Πώς? Κάτσε. Ο εγκέφαλός που με... Και ο εγκεφαλικά κύτταρα, κάτσε. Περίμενε. Ο τύπος εδώ, κάτσε, σε ποιο λεπτό είναι? 39 ώρα, εντάξει. Στην αρχή εδώ πέρα... Κάτσε.
Walks in to begin exploring until he stops and
Bro,
sees
περίμενε.
this.
Αυτός ο τύπος πήγε από την ίδια τη σπηλιά και βρήκε αυτό το τεράστιο... αυτή τεράστια... Oh my God, αυτό το τεράστιο δωμάτιο. Και τώρα μου λες ότι... τρέχει από το crossroads εκεί πέρα και βρίσκει... Κάτσε. Και βρίσκει από εκεί που ξεκίνησε. Πώς δουλεύει αυτό, σοβαρά τώρα, πώς δουλεύει αυτό? και έγραψε
Don't
αυτό στο
turn left.
βιβλίο.
Don't be fooled.
Πώς
It's
δουλεύει
listening.
όμως.
Can't outsmart
Με έχει
it.
κάψει.
It's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads,
What?
don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. And the footage ends. Right there.
Bro.
Durlord was the person who wrote the book in Avery's world. How? It shouldn't even be
Ναι,
possible.
αυτό
for the
λέω.
tunnel led
Με έχει
him back to
κάψει,
that
πώς.
line. Durlord found this world on his computer, and
Πώς.
Avery found Durlord's old laptop in the storage locker and has been playing on it ever since. But what is this world? What was following Durlord in this footage? And most importantly, what was behind those
Ναι,
gates?
και
I
αυτό.
didn't put that sensor bar there. That was in the original
Oh.
footage. Whatever is behind that black square was enough to drive probably the smartest protagonist I've ever seen into running for his life. Something that a whole village of people was trying to summon. Something that this entire world has been hiding. A king? What does that even mean? I don't know what to
Βασιλιάς.
tell you, but I can tell you one thing. The code at the end of the book, now with this footage, we can solve it. Each number corresponds to one slot in Durlord's inventory. 1 here and 36 here. Take the first letter of each item, or whatever number is indicated after the dash. From that, we can get this. Run Avery. It's here. Durlord was giving one
What?
last warning, hoping
No
that
reason.
whatever was following him wouldn't see. But how? How would he possibly know that Avery would find this
Αυτό.
world? There's no way for him to know who Avery even is. Whatever he saw behind those doors, whatever he knows about this world now, we may never understand. But one thing is certain. Whatever was coming for him is coming for Avery next. This isn't over.
Bro. Τι λέει ρε. Damn. Ω, άμα βγάλει part 2 θα είναι τέλειο. Άμα βγάλει part 2 είναι τέλειο. Θα κάνουμε και άλλο reaction σε αυτό άμα βγάλει part 2. Μπρα. Πρέπει να κάνω και άλλο reaction σε αυτό. Και έχει 10 εκατομμύρια views, bro. Έτσι πρέπει να κάνω like. Τέλος πάντων, παιδιά. Αυτό το βίντεο. Μην ξεχάσετε να ρίξετε ένα like και subscribe. Και θα πούμε στο επόμενο reaction ή βίντεο. Ναι. Οπότε ναι. Bye.